Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Coffee Chat with Angie. I'm Angie, and yes, I'm transgender, and yes, I have a very masculine voice, but hey, I'm just doing the best I can, just like everybody else. Oh boy, just like everybody else. Here we talk about eco-friendly ideas fighting against the shitstem of the bully dozer. Hello, how you doing? Okay, so this particular episode is it's kind of more of a like a channel announcement type thing, that I just it's for me it's like, it was just summer solstice and it's time to just kind of, I just had bottom surgery, my second of two bottom surgeries, and I'm ready to just I'm done with that part of my life and ready to just go do whatever. But also on this channel, how that's relevant to you is that like there my everything's the answer to what my contribution is basically frozen in time. Like if you want to know what I think about the Bible, I have a on my front page I have a Bible discussions playlist. If you want to know what I think about heaven and hell, because I don't believe in heaven and hell, there's a heaven and hell playlist. There's a who wrote the Bible playlist. There's a what is Rastafarianism, Rastafarian history playlist. There's a there's like every kind of playlist like that. It's just frozen in time because I'm like so over like religion and done talking about that and the question of who God is and whether it's a man in the sky and that. And I've talked about it just for like how long, 3 years, or how long have I had this channel? For a long time. I've said everything I think and believe about the subject. I'm just done with theology and a lot of that stuff. What I want to talk about more and think more about is more like service oriented. Even like I could move on like everyone else and go to politics, but I'm not really that kind of smart. I don't understand politics real good. I'll vote, you know, and I've given my opinions about politics too, just here and there. But um, that's not really what I want to do too. I don't want to have a channel where have to constantly be thinking of content to be talking about politics. And I don't want to be talking about religion anymore. I've already said everything I believe, and it all turned out to be bullshit, and it's not part of my life. I'm a witch. Some witches are atheists. It's the type of witch I'm on is, somewhere in between. Most of the time I would agree with the atheists, but I'm not really an atheist because I'm a witch. I do believe in the concept of deities and stuff. You know, for me, I use the black bear. I've talked about it recently for the goddess, and the ram for the god of the masculine and feminine energies of the universe, the bear and the ram. I like animals a lot, and it's kind of like that scene on Talladega Nights, where he's like, "All I want to pray to the baby Jesus. You can pray to whichever Jesus you want. I don't care." And it is kind of like that when you get. He's actually like the people that would argue against him and go, "Bah, yeah." Those are the people that don't, are the ones that don't get it. He's closer to what is really that. It's many different opinions and pseudepigraphical works and whatnot, and just like, come on, man. We don't know much about these things, about what really happened and who these people really were and stuff, and who really wrote the books and stuff. Like Bart Ehrman is a classic reference, though Karen Armstrong was who introduced me to a lot of that stuff. But anyway, so I don't want to talk about that stuff. It's all been referenced. It's all frozen in time, and you can hear me answer it. I still generally believe the same thing. There's many updates. Really, I could keep making videos about it, but I want to talk about service-oriented things and like art, and I'll be painting and stuff that I won't even really so much do on this channel. I'll still keep doing Coffee Chat with Angie episodes, and that someone that's in theory someone that's listening to Coffee Chat with Angie episodes might be like, "Oh, so what does Angie?" Or I might be you know, what does Angie believe about the Bible? Or I might say, hey, if you want to know more about what I believe about the Bible, check out my playlist on my front page about the Bible, or about Rastafarianism, or about whatever, because I keep talking about Rasta and stuff, and blah blah blah, you know. So yeah, like escapism, like going on hikes with coffee, or I mean with the Trinity hiking crew, you know. I still would like to get a van and organize hikes and take people up and go on hikes, you know, escaping from Babylon, the Rasta concept of chant down Babylon, you know, they're still going to be escaping from Babylon by going on hikes and traveling places and things like that. I still want to cook, you know, if I have a new thing that I cook that I'm excited about, maybe do the Leprechaun's Kitchen episode, or, you know, I still want to keep these projects going little bits at a time. It might not even be every week. It might be a few times in 1 week, or I'm not, whatever I feel like, you know. But no big commitment or anything. Nothing's monetized or anything. But I mostly want to focus on my music and art and live my life in service. But you know, there still will be ideas therein, you know, for me to every once in a while come back in and do another episode of Coffee Chat with Angie. But right now, that's what I got going. So there's like new subscribers and stuff like that. It should be more fun, you know, because like in the past, with like almost all my subscribers, and what's got me this far as YouTube, is that everybody's, if I start talking about something that didn't have to do with the Bible or that, people would leave comments and wouldn't like it, you know, and everybody wanted. But right now, with politics and Christian nationalism and all this stuff, people especially don't want to hear me talk about religion. And you know, it's me too. I'm like, I especially don't want to talk about it anymore either. You know, it's just like, my hell, dude. It's like, how many more examples do we need that it doesn't work? It doesn't work. Okay, you have just listened to another video by The Spiral Times Presents. Thank you.